What's up, me Randigas? We're back with another Persona 4 remake video. Now, as the title suggests, I'm gonna detail down. There might be some things I missed, so comment below. But I'm gonna talk about realistic expectations of Persona 4 remake, things we can see. I'm also gonna talk about things that I'm gonna keep it on the middle ground. Like, I'll tell you my belief that will we see it or not. But I'll also add that there's a possibility that either can happen, and there are some unrealistic expectations I'm trying to say. So let's just start off. Now, first of all, as of right now, this video can age terribly, and it can even age better. Maybe the Xbox showcase comes out, Persona 4 Remake, Persona 6, Persona 1 and 2 ports. We don't know. But while we're here, let's talk about this. So, before starting, I will add is that Persona 4 Remake, as of right now, we do know that like the base we can say is gonna be like Persona 3 Reload, because that is the only Persona remake we have currently in our back pockets. But I will add this, that Atlus tends to improve a lot from the previous titles, so do expect Persona 4 Remake to have a lot more better stuff. But at the same time, do keep expectations to a minimum, to realistic, not even a minimum, but realistic. The reason I say they're going to do better is, even though SMT Nocturne is a terrible remaster, you look at Rido, which like, boom, like way ahead. Now, Reload is not as terrible as SMT Remaster, like, but you know what I mean. So, first of all, I want to talk about the biggest like elephant in the room, simple as that, linked episodes. Now, technically, linked episodes were substitutes for social links that the male protagonist did not have in their, like, in their PS2 version. So the FemC, hopefully she gets announced on the Xbox showcase as well, hopefully. But like FemC has all of the C's members. Makoto Yuki, the male protagonist, did not. So they added the linked episodes. Now the question, the question is if P4 Remake or future Persona games or future remakes, especially P4 Remake, if they do linked episodes, what certifies as a linked episode? Me personally, I think they will still utilize it because it's a new mechanic. They want to have some fun with it. And linked episodes, they're able to add more creative stories to them. And also, like, it's not like there is time-gated stuff with it, like, but it's not like, okay, like, it's like social links. Like, there's a rank. It's like, no, just go talk to them, have fun. Like, that's the whole gimmick, and they have like some rich narrative. Now, linked episodes, by the way, slight spoilers for Persona 4 Remake, Persona 4 ahead. So, now here's the thing. What linked episodes do I think they can like pull off? Alright, so what do they, like, can they pull off? It's simple. First of all, I want to add is maybe they might just use the male characters. Like, every male character has a linked episode. Like, the male social links from the main team, and maybe some of the villains or stuff like that. Me personally, maybe they can just do that. But me personally, what I would want is maybe remove the investigation team from linked episodes. Like, don't touch them. Social links, that's it. Main story, that's it. But give linked episodes to Nanako, give it to Dojima, give it to Adachi. Characters that are very close with the protagonist. This way, it could add more depth and character to them. Even though I would say they're like one of the best written characters in Persona 4. Like, it's way better to give them to the investigation team. But when I think of linked episodes, I always think of them. Next up, we got to talk about is, this is basic. We're going to see Theurgy's, we're going to get Showtime from P5R. It can be something like, I don't know, TV time or lights, camera, action, or press the record button. I don't know, anything like a TV gimmick type. I use this because they can just basically use this as like their own Theurgy and stuff like that. And this is called Dragon's Hustle. There's also a Naoto and Kanji one, and there's like, I forgot the Naoto and Kanji one. Is it Beauty and the Beast? I think that's what it is. And Juna's Bomber is the Teddy and Yosuke one. So they can just basically use this as like their Theurgys or special skills. Alright, next thing I want to talk about, golden content. I personally think that we will not see the big, I'm going to talk about that later in the video, but the big golden content. But anything that does not involve that big character, any like quality of changes update, any additional cutscenes, like the beach cutscenes, like any cutscenes that were not in the PS2 version of the Persona 4, we'll see in like Remake, like the beach cutscenes and so many other cutscenes, except for the big one, except for the big chunk. And that also means I'm trying to talk about like a lot of social links. Like they add Adachi, only one social link, but they added Adachi. He's gonna get a social link. I feel like the beach scene would be there, and other scenes here and there. Though I don't think the January, the ski snow thing, that will not be here. Was it February or January? That will not be in the base. That will be DLC, and I'll talk about it in the like ahead of this video. Next up, now this, by the way, I always try to find a pick, and I always find this one. So this one is a big one. A lot of people want this. The Yosuke Romance. Now, if you ask me personally, I don't think they'll do it. But at the same time, would they touch upon it? Because as far as I know, Atlus is well aware about their communities. They don't like, they're not like blind or they like ignore. They're well aware about their communities. They're well aware of what the community wants. And this, I can understand, like when they were making a P4 remake, I'm telling you right now, this conversation might have brought up once or twice in one of the meetings. Should we do it? And I don't know what the answer would be theirs. But I think this is something I don't think will happen. Because personally, as far as my knowledge goes, a remake is something that keeps the spirit of the game and takes it to the modern era. Like, rebuilds it, but keeps the spirit same. Now, because it's being rebuilt, obviously some of the spirits get affected. But it's not something intentional. It just happens. Like, people say the reload is not the dark atmosphere that it has. It's just fully green atmosphere. But at the same time, they kept everything the same. Now, however, there's one thing I will add. Is that in Reload, there is a character I don't want to spoil. Now, I'm going to say this calmly and to not offend anyone. But Yosuke, Akechi... Okay, I will not say Akechi. I need to play Royal. Yosuke is not a gay character. Before you hate me, comment below. I will give my argument. That when Atlus like is very open about stuff, even indirectly, they state it. They don't hide it. They just usually just state it. So in Reload, there's a character who is gay. That's it. Bye. I don't know, but that's it. But then there's like character in P2 as well. I'm trying to not spoil, but those who know. I'll just give a hint. In Reload, there's a scarf dude. Boom. That's it. So seeing that, I want to think, would they do this? Because they do know their community. But I don't think it will happen because on one hand, it's, they're listening to the community. On the other hand, it takes away what a remake is, but they can just break that rule. I don't know this will happen. Is this realistic? Personally, I think no, but I'd be curious what Atlus will do with like if they're gonna pull the Yosuke Romance and be like, okay, we're listening to you, here, have this. All right, next up, we got to talk about, this is a big one. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about it. I saw a video on my timeline or newsfeed, and I was like, I'll watch it later. Then I forgot. Is dungeon redesign. Now, this is a possibility. I think they'll do it. But there's a possibility they don't. The reason I say that, back to my point, Tartarus, a Personality Reload, is the base for the remake, right? Right now, obviously, right now it is. Because we haven't seen what Persona 4 Remake is and how big are they going to expand it. You can even make the argument the base is Persona 5 Royal. Now, Tartarus was unchanged. I know people talk about, no, they made it like faster and smoother. Yes. Again, that's the thing. Modern console, the spirit. That's it. Too modern, the spirit. The annoyance that is Tartarus is still there. Even it's more annoying because you don't have the split glitch. Like the split mechanic and just wait there and they go. Not even a glitch, like an exploit. So, technically, they didn't touch on Tartarus that much. They added some characters and like characterization, personality to it, like characters talking with each other, but that's it. The Tartarus base is the same. It's still annoying as ever. Sure, it's more fast, but it's still annoying as ever. But here's the thing. Tartarus is not a dungeon. It is, but it's not. It's a different style of dungeon. Whereas Persona 4 dungeons are different style as well. Now, one more thing I gotta add is the dungeons that were in P3R, they didn't touch on it that much. So, but Persona 4, let's come back to this. They could add more puzzles to the dungeons, more variety to it. Me personally, I've always talked about is that they should pick from the Persona 4 animation and like pick the best of everything and then combine it into like something big for the dungeons. Like for Rize's dungeon, the anime does a really good job. Like for Rize's dungeon, pick that. Kubo's dungeon, the anime does a really good job. Pick that. So they can like cherry pick some of the good stuff and then combine. All what they can basically do is Persona 5 has one dungeon which they can take as base. I will say Futaba, who literally is what a modern Persona 4 dungeon would be like. So basically pick Futaba's dungeon and convert it into Persona 4's dungeons and add its own spin, style, and modernization. And you have a really fun, like you have multiple fun dungeons. Obviously not copy paste the Futaba dungeon, but take the characters. Like in the Futaba dungeon, you listen to characters, their feelings, like Futaba's feelings and stuff like that. And the puzzles are like her dungeon. So take that and then convert it into Yosuke does not have dungeon, but like Yukiko's dungeon, Rize's dungeon, Kanji's dungeon, and whatnot. Now, do I think they'll do it? Yes, but there's a possibility they don't. I'm sorry, I can't speak. A bit sick recently. But there's a possibility they don't do that because Reload never did it. But at the same time, my argument at the start of the video, write or remaster. So, you know. Now the final one. The biggest one. This is one thing I will say. I wouldn't mind being wrong about this. Murray, I'm gonna say is going to be DLC. I want to be wrong about this 100% because I don't want to pay extra for a DLC. Duh, who wants to? Like, if you want to, go ahead. But me personally, I don't want this to happen. But Murray is clear cut looking like DLC. And people make the argument, why can't they make a DLC? Like, she fits the narrative. Well, Persona 4 exists for the PS2 version and Murray is not in there. So they can just, you know, mess up the code, like have fun with the code, and then there's it. Murray is DLC. So just to add, me personally, I think Murray would be DLC. Every other content from Global, Golden, Adachi Social Link, the beach episode, everything else, the beach scene, and everything. Like I think the Kashiwagi cutscene is in PS2 version. I don't know, but anything that is the bike cutscene where they get the scooters and stuff, that's also in Golden only. So everything that's from the PS2 version would be in Golden. Everything that's not in the PS2 version will be in Golden, will be in Remake from the Golden version, but we will not see Murray. That is, I think, will be DLC. Now, I wouldn't mind being wrong. Again, I don't want to pay extra for DLC, but these are my thoughts. Tell me in the comments below if I'm missing something. Do you want me to make a part 2 for this? Or comment below, maybe I'll react to that. Which, thing you want realistically, or even from the unrealistic portion in Persona 4 Remake. It's in a few days. And maybe this video will be aged terribly. Tell me in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, click on the bell. I'll see you guys next time. I'm trying to reach 8,000 subscribers. So, at the end of this year. So, please consider subscribing if you're enjoying this type of content or gaming content. I'm looking to stop recording. Bye.